Linda Pike, president of the Johns Creek Business Association, and I am here with our member of the month, Alli Neal. She is the co-founder of Revved Up Kids. Alli, thanks for joining us, and tell us a little bit about Revved Up Kids and the service that you provide.
Oh my goodness, it's my pleasure to be here, Linda. We founded Revved Up Kids in 2010, so we just had our 4-year anniversary. We are the people that you go to when you want to protect your children from violence, from predators, from sexual abusers, from rapists. And what we do is we teach classes for kids as young as age 5 all the way up through young adult women. We also have classes for parents, and we have a whole spectrum of different types of programs that we offer to help families keep their children safer.
Great. And how do you bring this service? Do you have a studio that people come to you, or do you go to them?
That's one of the great things about Revved Up Kids. When we created this programming, we had young children of our own, so we were mired in it with the activities and the schedules and the challenges, and we said, you know what, we want to make this as convenient as we can for families. So everything we do is mobile. We go to groups at their space, at their convenience. They pick the date and the time, and we come to them.
Wonderful. And I've read a testimonial from one of the kids, and I'll read the exact quote so I get it right, but it says, "The song we learned helps me remember where to hit a bad grown-up." You're dealing with sensitive issues, you know, things that sometimes for a parent it's a hard conversation to have, but it seems you're able to deliver that message so the kids understand it and are able to act effectively. So can you give us a little insight on how you do that?
Sure. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that parents of young children face is they don't know how to open that conversation with their kids. How do you tell your child that there are people out there that would want to violate them in that way? It's really, really difficult. So we created the program as a conversation starter for families with young children. They come to the class, parents and children attend it together, and we teach the kids in a way that is not going to scare them. We have now taught going on 4,500 children.
Wow.
I have never had a call from a parent who said, my kid is sleeping in my bed at night. So I think we're doing it the right way. The kids leave feeling really strong, and they have some knowledge that's going to help them in their daily life to recognize people who might be predatory.
Mm-hmm. And why is it important to get the parents involved? You mentioned you do the class with the parents too.
Right. And any parent of a young child or even a teenager, I have teenagers now, and we all recognize that their attention span is about, I don't know, a second and a half most of the time. So
True.
we ask the parents to attend with their children. We send them home with a lot of resources. We continue to follow up with them. We have created what we call a Revved Up Kids family safety community. We want that conversation not to just be a one-time thing that you do in the class on that day. We want the parents to take that and use it as a stepping stone to keep talking to their kids about their safety on a daily basis. I know I have to remind my child to pick his socks up off the floor every single night. And as frequently as I do that, I should also be reminding him about his safety rules and reminding him to stay safe.
I read, Alli, on your testimonial too from one of the parents, and I just wanted to share that with everyone because I thought it hit home to the wonderful service that you do. It said, "Revved Up Kids was an important way to make my young son aware of and empower him to handle potential dangers without frightening him. These are scary topics to address with a 6-year-old, but after the class, he felt strong and not afraid." And I think that's a great testimonial to what you do with our kids. Who, as our members are thinking about your service, should they connect you with in the community to help you get your message across?
Well, I'll tell you what, we have evolved our organization over the years, and we do a lot of work with private groups. We do a lot of work with the Girl Scouts. We have worked with some churches. We would like to get more involved with churches. So members who have a church home that could connect us with maybe the children's education ministry. That is a great place for us to make a connection to bring the classes in. We also are working with schools and very much would like to connect with PTA officers at schools who could help us, make some headway in getting into these schools to reach more children. We've got some great programming formats that fit nicely as an in-school field trip. So we are very much wanting to reach as many kids as we can, and that's another great way to be able to do it.
Great. Yeah, I know you do great work with some of the younger kids, but what age do you help up to? Do you go into college age kids?
That's a great question, Linda. And we do not have programming for children under age 5, simply because those children are too young to have any capacity to understand evil. And we really, truly believe that they need to be supervised at all times by somebody who is trusted. That said, we do start at kindergarten with some of our programming, and we have co-ed programming through 8th grade, and then we have programming for girls, and it is really date, rape, and violence prevention. Teenage girls face a whole different set of safety challenges, and we have different curriculum to help them understand what their risks are and be able to defend themselves from those potential hazards. So we go through college-age young women with that training. It's several different formats. Again, there's a difference between high school and college in terms of your safety risks, and so we have different programming to address those needs. I think our college program is a wonderful one for seniors in high school who are getting ready to go off. And I know I just sent my daughter off for a freshman year abroad in Europe, and I have so much confidence in the training that she has from us that I know she's going to be safe. So I think that's a wonderful way for us to reach and help some of these young women.
Great. Now, we have mentioned your co-founder. So who are you co-founder with?
I am a co-founder with my husband, David, and we are both 100% dedicated to this mission of bringing this training to as many families as we can.
Wonderful. And I know you've had an exciting year personally. You've been traveling quite a bit. Can you tell everyone what you've been up to?
Oh, then I have to tell everybody how old I am. So I turned 50 in a week, and we celebrated a little bit early because we had several 50th birthdays in our family. So we did a Hawaii 5-0 trip back in March. That was really wonderful. And then I mentioned my daughter's first year abroad. She is in Florence, Italy, and I was fortunate enough to be the one that escorted her over there. So that was a really neat little trip. It was quick, but it was fun. And other than that, I think we're done with traveling for a little while. So
good. Can you tell us and some of your hobbies and the things that you like to do personally?
My hobbies have revolved around my children's world for so long. My son is a freshman in high school, and he is an athlete, so I spend a lot of time on the field watching him play. My daughter was in drama and music, and so she was a performer, and that was a lot of my time. Me time is few and far between, so I think probably my favorite thing to do when I have time to myself is go to the movies with my family, which may sound silly, but there's nothing I like better than
I'm
dinner
right there
and a
with
movie.
you. We had date night at a movie tavern, and that was a fun Saturday night for me. So.
Exactly.
Great.
So, yeah.
Good. Well, Alli, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our members?
The only other thing that I would like to share is that we have recently converted to nonprofit organization, and we are very much interested in partnering with any businesses that have grown to a point that they are looking for charitable causes to support. So we will partner with you in terms of volunteerism, we will partner with you in terms of sponsorship, and we would love to talk with you about that.
Great. point. Thank you. Well, thank
Thank
you, Alli.
you.
We appreciate your membership with the Johns Creek Business Association, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, I appreciate it.